Welcome back to Regular Guys Outdoors. I'm Chris. We're picking up where we left off in North Carolina. Phil, Drew, and I were camping out on the property that Phil and I turkey hunted on in the spring. And Tuesday morning, we're up early and into the swamp. So not only is it a good place to turkey hunt, it's also got a really nice duck hole. The Woodies cooperated by flying mostly after legal time. Sometimes they like to fly early, and then you don't see much after legal time. Too hot for me to handle. Two birds are heading towards Phil. Let's take a look at those two birds off of Phil's gun cam in kind of slow motion here. They come in circling, Phil tries to get on them, but as Woodies do, if they want to think about landing, they start to wobble and flop around, and they are tough and fast. Back up to Phil. Bang, bird down. I think all three of us took a crack at that one. They're coming in high and fast, and we're burning up shells. Finally.
All right.
So we ended that morning with a total of 3 birds. Phil got the one, I got the one, and I actually got a second one while we were all consolidated up on an elevated blind out front just talking. Phil and I took some cracks at it. We mistook this merganser for a wood duck. They came in a pair and we thought they were a wood duck pair. The next morning, it's Phil, Will, Drew, and I. I'm in the very back right, so we've got it we're kind of in a big square back there. Probably more like a rectangle, but we're back there in kind of the 4 corners of the swamp. It's very cold and there's a layer of ice on most everything out there. The 4 of us are burning shells for sure. I brought that one down from out of orbit. And here's from Phil's perspective. He also pops one from out of the upper atmosphere. Back out to me. We're all getting in some shooting, that's for sure. Here we are back to Phil. He knocked that one out from next to the space shuttle. There we go. A little later in the morning, Phil and Drew consolidate onto that elevated platform. You can kind of get a look at it right here. It's a real nice deal.
I never seen so many birds. They were high though, weren't they? Oh, they were high. The two I shot were a mile high. We got 3 down over there, if we can find them. Do what? Well, I shot 2 down. Yeah, there should be 3 in that general area out there. The last one I shot, I never heard him hit the ground. I heard him hit the tree. I'm thinking he might have got stuck up in the tree. I never seen so many birds down here, but they were going every which way, weren't they? Yeah? Oh God, this is a duck. That was a decent shot if I'd have been ready. Oh darn, wonder where he came from. I never got on him.
So that was Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Thursday morning, it's just Phil and I, and we're in a spot I wanted to make sure we got to because sometimes you can see woodies right off the bat, mallards a little later, and geese sometime in the late morning. And it's also got a great place to just hang out and wait. And right off the bat, we got a couple customers coming in. Again in slow motion off my gun cam. Phil nails that one. I think I clip it with my second shot, and then my third shot I knock it down.
Those were mallards. Yeah, we killed 2? Yeah. And 2 mallards went high. Yeah.
Beautiful duck. Yeah, bad boy. Look at those 2 little curls back there. He's pretty, isn't he?
So I probably shot the Susie.
Yeah. He fell. Did you see how he fell?
Mm-hmm.
I hit him. I mean, he wasn't 10 yards away hardly. Look how big he is. Look, man, I didn't see anything but bird. Yeah, I'm not good enough to know what they are.
That's funny then, we've seen 6 mallards.
Well, that's what I was trying. When we shot these 2, were there 2 more with them?
No,
Okay.
I didn't see them anyway.
But you saw 2 others.
Yeah.
I didn't see those other 2.
They were high and I heard them quack.
Well, I heard one quack after we shot these 2.
Yeah, that was probably the 2 high ones. Well, ain't that something? Is that mine over there or is mine in the water floating? I see a dark spot.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a damn good shot you put on it. You went boom, boom, and I think the second shot I saw her flutter. That's the beaver right there. We can sit right here and drink coffee and snack. And you look that way, and I sort of look that way. There'll be some more mallards in here.
A little later in the morning, like I said, we're just waiting. We're sitting next to each other, and a couple of mallards come in. I don't have it on camera because it happened pretty quick, but we managed to knock a mallard down out of the 2 that came in. So eventually I had to go retrieve that bad boy. You got to pick your way through carefully because in here there's a couple of creek channels. If you fall in one of those, it's going to be a bad morning. Look at that duck. Curls for the girls.
Isn't he pretty? Here, let me take a picture. Hold on. Oh man, that's perfect. I can see the...
And we'll get a couple of pictures for posterity here.
He's coming back. That's okay. I'll get him. Just move aside. Come on. Get him.
And we missed that bad boy.
I didn't lead him enough. He's booking, dude. I tell you what, these shells right here kick like a mule.
After a couple of hours, my duck actually drifted in close enough I could retrieve it without the canoe. So that first pair that came in was a his and her mallard. Friday morning, it's Drew, Phil, and I, and we're back in the spot that we hunted on Saturday morning and Monday morning. Phil and I, we're in deep like we were on Monday, but on Monday we noticed some birds that would kind of get around us and land behind us. So Drew was behind us in that spot where we were all three hunting on Saturday. So we're hoping to get the ones passing by Phil and I, and the ones that get by are landing right in Drew's spot. Phil nailed that one. Let's look at it from my gun cam. I'm eyeballing these two guys in the trees when all of a sudden these four pop up over the top. And Phil nails that one. I did a little hedge trimming. Our neighbors are getting some shooting in. Phil got another bird. We'll take a look at that from this side cam. Phil's down in the bottom middle. You'll see the little muzzle flash. And then a bird falls. Very loud when that duck hit the ice. Now from the gun cam view in slow-mo. It's two pair of ducks and a flock of egrets coming in. You can see Phil nail it right there. Took me 2 shots, but I finally got that one and it landed a long way away. Drew takes a crack at the other one. So let's look at that from my gun cam with a little bit of slow-mo. Missed the first shot, but somehow I sneaked my shot past this tree. And I made sure to stay on that duck the whole way down so I could get a good landmark of where it fell. And it actually fell next to something that I could keep a good read on. Too hot for me to handle, and they go behind out to where Drew is, and he takes a crack. Eventually I had to head over to go find my duck, and everything's got a layer of ice on it because it was about 27 degrees that morning. So everything's got a layer of ice. Very hard walking back there, and eventually I got to my landmark and I spotted my duck. But when I turned around to go back, nothing looked familiar, so I basically had to follow the broken ice and the muddy water to get back. Eventually it was time to leave, so Phil and I jumped in the canoe. We're going to go over and pick up Drew, because I do need to get to an airport later this afternoon to fly back to Colorado. That was another good time there in North Carolina for my annual adventure out there. We actually did accomplish the trifecta we wanted. We got a deer, we got a fish, and we got some ducks. So would have been nice to get a few more fish, but the one deer was all we were looking for. Wanted to get a few more fish, but we did get into the ducks a little bit. We got a slow start, but we got there. And yes, got to Big Jim's twice. So if you know what that is, you know what that is. Hope you liked this video. If you did, give us that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down there, and as always, thanks for watching.